Joel Guy, as the president of the Haena to Hanalei Community Association, is immersed in everything that's going on the North Shore. He also brings a lot of other knowledge and expertise to our board, such as in media, in energy, and in our local surf culture. Bob Doyle, since retiring from the Department of Defense, spends his time as the president of the Princeville at Hanalei Community Association. That association over the last couple of years has done a tremendous amount to put on community events and community opportunities for everyone on the North Shore, which has been wonderful. And thank you, Bob. Gary Pacheco is involved in many, many organizations, and we are so glad that he's added a Nainaho Community Park board member as one of his hats. He's so involved, in fact, he's known as the unofficial Mea of Kilauea, and we're just really glad to have him on board. Anna Olvera is relatively new to the island, and with her she brings a huge amount of experience as a real estate developer, specializing in developing charter schools and alternative schools, all really great kinds of development that we would like to see on the island. And finally, you all met Kumu Keholani Kekua already this evening, and we're so glad that she's on the board of directors and that she's agreed to serve with us. She is Kumu Hula. She's the director of the Ka'iei'e Foundation, and she's fluent in the Hawaiian language and a cultural practitioner. And Kumu Keholani will help guide Nainaho to honor and to celebrate the Hawaiian culture. Now, before I hand you back to Bill, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the financial performance and projections for a Nainaho Community Park. First of all, Kauai Miniature Golf is a successful startup. We expect this year for Kauai Mini Golf to generate around $40,000 in profits. And these funds are funds that will be used to offset the other costs of running a Nainaho Community Park. The Kilauea Pavilion will mix fee events and services such as movies, concerts, rentals, and concessions with free or very low cost events, as the goal revolves around making it accessible to the entire community. The maintenance and operations expenses for the pavilion will not be trivial, especially with the tight climate controls necessary for such a building as a state-of-the-art theater, and also just the routine maintenance necessary for such a building. However, our goal is to operate on a cash flow break-even basis, and we think we can come very close to doing so with a Nainaho Community Park as a whole. When additional funding is needed, it will be the responsibility of the board of directors to raise funds for operations. And that can come from local businesses and individuals, from grants, or from any kind of donor that the board can come up with. So that's what I have, and thank you very much, and here you go, Bill.
Okay, now what you see there is a galaxy. And we all live in the galaxy. And my galaxy is very special to me. That's me in the center there. And revolving around me is my loving wife, Jo. And she's my spiritual leader, my love, etc. And it's really great that she and I have one of the very best marriages that I've ever known. And it is really a pleasure. And she wanted to say a few words tonight, so I will pass it over to her.
Thanks, Bill. I just want to remark that the first time we ran through this presentation, he said I was the center of the galaxy. His galaxy. So I guess that takes me into the recognition in my mind that we're all in this together. We're all on this island, on this planet, in this galaxy, and that the center of each of us, as far as I can see, is our hearts. And the heart seems to be the center of the galaxy, which would tell me that we're all one and that we're all united, that there's an element of unity. So I go a little further with that and say, well, my gosh, here we're creating a Nainaho, which means a new gathering, which also to me means a gathering place. And I think it's no accident that this is occurring at this time when the world is in a bit of, probably more than a bit, the world is going through a fair amount of change. People aren't sure what's going on, what's happening. And I think it's a time that we want to come together, and a Nainaho is a place where that can happen, where we can be one as opposed to being divisive. So I'm very grateful, and I want to thank you, Bill, for your vision and your generosity in creating a Nainaho and everything else you have done in your life. I so appreciate you and love you. And I also want to thank everybody here for coming tonight and for, you know, by you all receiving our gifts is quite an honor for us. So thank you all very, very much for being here.
Joan, I think you and I need to talk about galaxies tonight. It's probably a waste of time because I know who's going to win. Moving right along. So now we're coming to the main part of this whole presentation after all the introductories and so forth. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you Sherry Rousseff.
I am going to start off by giving you just a little background about Nainaho. It's all about the community, as Joan spoke about. It's a new gathering place, and it's a gathering place for everybody. So there are three main focuses. For the focus of a Nainaho is recreation, education, and agriculture. So the purposes that we gather for at a Nainaho are around the education, the recreation, and the agriculture. So we're weaving those things into everything that we do. Okay, so how many of you have been to the property? Please raise your hand. Okay, that's most of you. So I'll do this a little quickly. I'm meant to give you a tour of the property here with the site plan. So let me get my handy laser on. So just to orient you slightly, on here, this is the highway, if you can tell that. And then here's the entry. The Banana Joe's will be off here to this side. Down here is the park and ride, the farmer's market area. Down below is the entry to the Waikoa Loop Trail, which takes you out onto the Waikoa Plantation. On this side, across from the farmer's market area, is the playground and the skate ramps. And back up here above is the miniature golf parking area, the Namahana Cafe and miniature golf gardens. To this side, we're planning larger play structures, shade structures, and up here is the future concrete North Shore Skate Park. This green area is designated for green space for now. And then the cornerstone of the whole property in the far southwest corner is going to be where the pavilion building is located. Okay, I don't think I need the laser. Next slide. So real quick, the park and ride is fully operational. It's a on-call basis. The more folks who use this, the sooner it'll be added to the regular Kilauea route. And I think I skipped this on the site plan, sorry. The recycling area is located below the miniature golf parking lot, down on the very south part of the property. It's the 5-cent redemption center, and it operates on Wednesdays and Fridays from 8 until 4. Next slide, thank you. The farmers markets are super successful. They're growing every week. They started in December. On Saturdays we have up to 20 vendors, and on Mondays we have 6 right now, and it's growing every week. Saturdays operate 9 to 1, and Mondays from 4 to 6. And And gosh, on Saturdays we have over 200 customers, and on Mondays we have well over 100. I'm not sure how many of you have been in the cafe lately. Ooh, that's pretty good. So if you didn't know this, Bill, it wasn't actually me, it was Wade who instituted the new food at the cafe, but we'll get to that. We offer a book selection, since there's no more bookstore on the island, it's really helpful to have somewhere to get some books. There's a wide selection of Hawaiian culture and history books, as well as children's books, and also books by local Kauai authors. We also, again, have the menu. There's espresso and coffee drinks, there's free Wi-Fi, and there's mountain bike rentals for use on that Waikoa Loop Trail.
Okay. There's a lot to say about the mini golf. How many of you have been to the mini golf? All right, thank you so much. I won't go on and on about it then, but I did want to introduce you to Wade. Wade Bartell came on with us in May. Wade, will you please stand? And please continue to stand. Cynthia Vernola, please stand. Wade, stay up there, I'm sorry, you have to keep standing. Cynthia, stay standing. Cynthia and Wade are the ones who make it happen in the office. They keep it organized, clean, and they fill in when the staff calls it sick. And that's a lot. So, also, before you sit down, let's also tell everybody about Vino. Vino Costello, please stand up. The gardens look amazing, and it's all because of Vino. I was going to say let's give them all a hand, but yes. These are the three people who keep Kauai Miniature Golf looking the way it looks right now and keeping it a place where everyone wants to come. And also, I would like to add it's Bino and Catherine's wedding anniversary, so thank you for coming tonight. Thank you so much. So the gardens do tell the history of the Hawaiian culture through the plantings, and we do have interpretive signage and a garden booklet, plant ID guide on the way. Quickly about the Loop Trail. How many of you have been on the Loop Trail? Ooh, that's pretty good, about a fourth of you. So if you haven't been, please come. It's walkable and bike rideable with a mountain bike, not a cruiser. And we do have those bikes, again, like I said, up at the cafe if you want to check it out. It's a 5-mile walk or ride on the Waikoa Plantation, which houses a mahogany plantation, gorgeous mountain views of the North Shore Mountains, and the Stone Dam, which is a stunning place to just chill out or have a picnic. And it's free for use, no charge. We do ask that you stop by the cafe and sign a waiver before you go up. All right, now we're getting to the good stuff. So there is a play structure, most of you are aware of that, and we have plans for creating a larger playground area to the west of the miniature golf, and that will have both a structure for the keiki, the 2 to 5-year-olds, as well as for the 5 to 12-year-olds. So it'll be a larger playground area, and we'll have shade and picnic tables there also. This will be constructed over the next year and be about 2,000 square feet. And for now, the access will be through the miniature golf, but we're looking at access for the whole property right now. And as you may have heard, we've installed something else on the playground area. How many of you knew about this? Ooh, only a few. This footage was taken yesterday. Makes you wish you were young again. How many of you own a skateboard? Yeah. Come by. It's open from 9 a.m. until dark. Please don't come after dark. There are 2, one for the beginners and one for the more advanced. So the reason why we teamed up with Kauai Skate Ohana, which by the way, Kauai Skate Ohana, are there any Kauai Skate Ohana folks here tonight? I just want to say those are a great bunch of folks, and they constructed this with 100% volunteer power over 8 Saturdays of 8 hours of work. So really a ton of volunteer hours went into constructing these, and the reason why we did it is to draw attention to how many kids are now skating and how great of a need there is for a larger skate park. And that is what the future holds, as you saw on the site plan. A 10,000 square foot concrete skate park can occur on the Ninaho, and it really fits into our mission because it's a place for kids to come and do safe, healthy outdoor activities. And we've designated the land at Ninaho, but the funds for constructing the skate park need to come from the community. So we are engaging in a fundraising effort for $500,000 for that. What else about the skate park? So we'll just talk about the donations. So on your tables, there were little flyers that give the details about the ways that contributions can happen. Feel free to take those home, pass them around to your friends. Feel free to contact people you know who might be interested in helping us make this skate park a reality. But the checks do be made out to Kauai Skate Ohana right now because they currently have a 501c3, and while we're waiting to get the Idaho Park 501c3, they can take tax-deductible donations. And you just need to designate it for the North Shore Skate Park because the Kauai Skate Ohana is collecting funds for other parks on the island as well. You can also go online and you can mail it and you can drop it off at the cafe or at mini golf anytime during business hours. And again, the details, the addresses, and that kind of information are on those little quarter-page flyers on the table. We also have a hat basket to pass around tonight. So if you feel called to, please help us out and get us going. We, as you can see, our thermometer sign, which the skate guys also constructed, is still at 0. We spent our beginning funds on the half pipes.